In this video, I'm going to be re-ranking the top 10 best point guards in NBA 2K23 My Team. As you guys might have seen on my channel, I think about a week ago, I did post a top 10 best point guards. Maybe it was only 5 days ago, not exactly sure when I did post it, but since then, we've gotten so many good point guards in the game. Like, I would say over half this list has completely changed since the last time I did one of these videos, and I've seen a couple comments, people asking me to do an updated version of my top 10 point guards, so I'm just going to be doing an updated version, giving you guys my top 10 point guards, but let me know in the comment section down below. So let me know some of your guys' favorite point guards used right now in the game, and of course, let me know what you guys would change about my top 10. But coming in at my number 10 spot is actually going to be the new Galaxy McClung. He's a shooting guard point guard, 6'2" with a 6'5" wingspan. I think he's actually a super underrated point guard. I think he's actually super elite because, I mean, going to the basket, he is damn near unstoppable. He's got a 99 driving dunk, 99 vertical, Hall of Fame posterizer, limitless takeoff, fast twitch, air wizard, fearless finisher, giant slayer. And when I tell you this man has every single dunk package in the game, like, he just be throwing down crazy front clutches, you know, tomahawks, he'd be going crazy windmills, you know, like windmill between the legs, like he just be doing some crazy stuff in game, and he rarely ever gets blocked. I played like probably 3-4 clutch time games now with his McClung card, and he is just so elite at going to the basket and feels like he never gets blocked, and honestly is just such a fun card to use. He's got the MJ dribble style, he's got a great jump shot, like even besides just going to the rim, he's actually got some very well-rounded stats. He's got a 95 3 ball, 95 mid-range, super fast, 96 speed, 96 acceleration. He's actually going to play some solid defense. I'm not going to gas it and say he's like an elite defender, but he can definitely hold his own on the defensive end. The only two flaws with this card, in my opinion, are basically his height, only being 6'2" at point guard, and then his dribble sigs really aren't the best. He does have the MJ dribble style and the curry behind the back, which is really good, but doesn't have a good escape and doesn't have a good size up. But all around, I think McClung actually a very elite point guard. And then coming in at my number 9 spot is going to be the new Galaxy All-Star Morant. Obviously, he's going to be similar to his Eclipse version, but this one's definitely got some upgrades. Like, if you look at the comparison, there's actually, I think, a pretty big difference on the defensive side of things. I'm pretty sure that's where the biggest difference is. Let me just quickly compare these cards and show you guys the difference. The new one is going to be on the left, and you guys can see, you know, +7 steal, +5 block, +4 interior defense, +3 perimeter. So definitely a decent difference on the defensive end. Badge count wise, gonna be about the same. He's got 5 more gold badges, and then animations wise, basically the same as well. So not too much of a difference between the two Morants. This one's just gonna be a little bit better of a defender. I think he's also got some more gold defensive badges, but I still think this Morant gonna be the 9th best point guard. Now coming in at my number 8 spot, I feel like Luka is honestly the wild card when you're talking about point guards, because I feel like some people could have him in the top 5, and I feel like other people might not even have him in their top 10. So for Luka, it's really hard to rank this card. For me, I think his jump shot is so much better. The fact that it's on very quick now, and it seems like they took off the hitch. If you don't know what that is, basically a hitch will be like when Luka goes to shoot, it kind of is like a pause and then he continues his release. So a hitch is really annoying and very hard to green around. He also got some very bad load up animations on his pink diamond version, but his Galaxy Ball does have a way better jump shot. And all around, I mean, if you can 3-hunt with this card and you know how to use him on the offensive end, he can definitely be a top 5 point guard. But if you're not really the best at 3-hunting with him and you don't like his jump shot, then I would see why people have him lower in the top 10, or maybe not even in their top 10 point guard ranking. But for me, I do think Luka the 8th best point guard, because coming in at the number 7 spot, I think most people, and myself included, will take Doncic over a guy like Luka. Now that definitely could be up for debate because Luka's taller and kind of has the name, but Doncic I just think is probably better for the meta this game. He just feels like a better McClung. He's got such a good jump shot on quick timing, pretty good dribble sigs. Like, that's probably the biggest difference between him and Mac. He's got such better dribble sigs than McClung, and also the normal leaner as well, and he's really good at going to the rim and is a very solid defender as well. But if you wanted to put Luka over Doncic, I think that's definitely a fair comparison. But for me, I just don't know about Luka Doncic. I think his defense does leave a little bit to be desired, and he's obviously not that great at going to the rim, where I feel like Doncic kind of fits the meta of the game a little bit more than a guy like Luka Doncic. Coming in at my number 6 spot, might be a little bit surprising to some people. I don't think Penny Hardaway is I no longer think Penny Hardaway is a top 5 point guard. He still is definitely very good. He's 6'7" with a 6'10" wingspan. You can't deny the fact that Penny Hardaway is still a very, very good point guard, but is he in my top 5? For me, I just don't think so. Like, if you take a look at his stats, they're honestly pretty mid, to be honest. Like, his stats defensively really aren't the greatest, and I'll show you guys who I have at number 5, and the reason why I take him over a guy like Penny, because his sigs are okay, they're nothing great. His jump shot's only on normal timing. He does have the normal leaner, which is nice, but I'll just get right to it. I do think Shai is just a better point guard because, you know, 6'6" with a 6'11" wingspan compared to a 6'7" point guard with a 6'10" wingspan. So height and wingspan wise, and even player model wise, they're basically the same card. Shai is going to give you more defense with a 90 steal, 92 lateral quickness, 93 perimeter, 84 interior defense, and a 79 block. Compared to these defensive stats, he's actually a better defender than Penny Hardaway, and he's so much better on the offensive end. I mean, he's got some really good Hall of Fame playmaking badges, even more than a guy like Penny, but the biggest difference is when you go to the jump shot, he's got his release on quick timing, and it's such a better jump shot than Penny. Penny probably has better SIGs than a guy like Shai, but for me, I think all around Shai does pretty much everything better than a guy like Penny Hardaway, because even going to the rim, I think Shai is probably better attacking the basket. So for me, overall, I'm gonna put Shai at the number 5 spot. Now coming in, I'm at number 4 spot. I think these next 4 point guards are just so elite at the position. Like, I think Jrue Holiday is one of the more underrated cards and one of the more underrated point guards in the game. He is so elite now that he's 6'5" with a 6'7" wingspan. We know Jrue Holiday is going to be one of the best point guard defenders in the game. 98 steal, 98 lateral quickness, 98 perimeter with a 93 interior defense, and then also does have an 85 block as well. So Jrue Holiday, such a good defender, Hall of Fame anchor, challenger, clamps, glove, menace, pick dodger, workhorse. You know, even offensively, he's not that bad. Like, he's got a pretty good release. It is a little bit questionable and a little bit wonky at first. I feel like you do have to get used to his jump shot, but once you get used to Jrue Holiday's release, it is so money, and I feel like very easy to agree with. But overall, I think Jrue Holiday the 4th best point guard. And then coming in at my number 3 spot, I think these next 3 point guards are kind of on a step above the last 7 point guards we talked about. Not to say the past point guards are bad, but these next 3 guys, I just feel like are on a different level and just at one step above guys like Jrue Holiday and Shai. At my number 3 spot though is going to be Galaxy Harden. He is just such a fun and just such overall so hard to guard in the offensive end. Like, he is so fun to use. He's 6'5" at the point guard position with a 6'10" wingspan. And if you guys have used this James Harden card, he's just so much fun to use. He's so good at 3 hunting. He's got some amazing dribble sigs that create a lot of space to get wide open with the card. He's got such a quick jump shot, so you can definitely 3 hunt him with that. You can definitely 3 hunt him. You can definitely 3 hunt with him at a very high level. And then even defensively, doesn't seem to be that big of a liability. But when you're using James Harden, you know he's not going to be a great defender. He's pretty much here just for offense. And then coming in, I'm a number 2 spot. This is another controversial one that I honestly keep going back and forth with. I'm not exactly sure who's the best point guard between Magic Johnson and Penny Hardaway. So I want to know your guys' opinion. Let me know in the comment section down below. Who do you guys think is the better point guard between Ben Simmons and Magic? For me, I did see Splash explain it this way, and it kind of changed my mind because I used to think Magic was the best point guard, but now I'm kind of thinking it's Ben Simmons, because if you look at it from a standpoint where both of these point guards don't have great jump shots and aren't going to be your main ball handler, right? You're going to run a Terry Dishinger, you're going to run a Vince Carter, you're going to run a Ray Allen next to a Magic or a Tim Thomas, you know, next to a Magic or a Ben Simmons. So like, the biggest difference between Magic and Ben is, yes, Magic does have better SIGs and a quicker jump shot, but honestly, Ben Simmons shoots just as well as Magic, maybe even a little bit better, because I do like his release a lot more, and SIGs don't really matter too much on a card that you're not going to be moving with. And Ben is a better rebounder, he's better going to the basket, he's a better defender. So I feel like for what you're using these cards for, to be a tall point guard, to be a really good defender, Ben Simmons does better than that, better than Magic at those 3 things, which are really important, right? Rebounding is a big thing for a point guard, especially somebody who's 6'11". Defense is probably one of the more important things, and Ben Simmons is a decent amount better defensively than a guy like Magic, and he's also going to be better going to the rim. So the only thing Magic really does better than Ben Simmons is has a higher 3 ball, and then jump shot wise, you could really debate of who has the better release. But for me, I have changed my mind, and I do think Ben Simmons is the best point guard in my team. But let me know in the comment section down below, what do you guys think about my top 10 point guard list, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.